Well, there's a little place where we finally come down to the last part of sewing this elephant. We are finally going to get down to these little back legs here, and we're going to kind of make a little knot in here just where it needs to be, and finally put the thing in, and finally get it right through. And finally we're going to go up to where we're going to go up to the top of the back leg about where it intersects with the belly, and do a little extra sewing and working in there. I kind of just got my fingers a little greased from that linseed oil because I was taking a few things out that had soaked for a few days, and finally just had to towel them off a bit, or I actually wrapped them up. They're probably going to have to absorb into that paper towel before I can go and unwrap them, but that is where they are, and it's going to be the little work we kind of go along to do with what we do and make it all so we see a little light in us, brightening a day or two in us, and making us see so much nicer, better things in life than we have ever been known to see. So we got this far up, and we're going to go that far down again, make it so that it's going to be a little ways to take a little work, and finally work our way through the little project as it's best going to be. And so make little time in our lives when we sort of work about things, make them so we're going to see them make ourselves a little further the way. And so time's going to come, time is going to go. We work a little life into this, and I say we see a little greater things. So many people, they kind of see what I do, they envy my work, say they wish they could do that. Had a young lady at the Speedway today who's seen my Facebook page and the stuff on there tell me all about how she's kind of used to just peel the bark off of sticks. I tell you, told her that that was kind of the way I started out. Interesting little story thing. I say that there's been certain work that's taken us further ways, taken us longer ways than other things have taken us, up to the point where now we're getting up to where we meet with the stitching that is in just about the back of the elephant's leg here, and then we're going to make our way through that, take it the rest of the way, and see this little light is going to be a bright little narrow curve to take us. You know, as for us, you know, we are human. We're only human. And so we each have our own little gifts that we do in our own little ways. There's a place in 1 Corinthians that talks about the gifts we've been given. And so it's a little bit of time and effort, working ways, and say, of all things, we just work our way into what we do. And so finally, a little time, a little effort, make its way into us, I say. And then we kind of come to the point where we put the needle through and stitch the whole thing, make it so it's going to have a tight little edge corner, and that's the end of that. I say for a little thing, we're going to try to maybe come down with this little strand of thread to about the toe of the elephant, about the corner of the foot, front corner that is. Try to take it so we go straight up to the elephant's belly on the stick, and this little leg, take it so it's going to go a little ways up, make its way up to about the belly here. And I know one thing is that there's people I've learned who've seen and watched my YouTube videos. They tell me they watch my channel and they see and learn a lot from it. They hear all about how life pretty much goes for me. And I'd say this is the place where this project is near its doing point. I say, little work we do, little time we take, make it so we see a little light in us and brighten our little paths and our ways, and then, you know, make it so we're going to brighten a little life to us, see a little ways in us. And so I say, with all this little time and work we take, there's a place where we're going to make another knot right here, because we've come back to the starting point. And where this starting point is, we are going to put the little knot in here, make it go right its way, and there, that's what it goes. It's just that how we go to work about this, we got a little take on what we do in life. Here we go, making the little strand, and so it's going to come along just its way. And see, we got a little place where we're going to put it through. We're making a new strand with the needle, poking it through the eye of the needle, and make a little knot here and a knot there, and make it so it's going to be better in the long run for all we are doing. I say, there's so much work in these places we do. And then I'd say we're coming to a place where we're going to go to the back corner of the elephant's foot, and what we've already sewn don't need to sew again. So we come to this place where we wind it right through. It can be a little difficult to demonstrate now and then when you've got it all good and doing it alone, but I say this is where we come on video and have to show ourselves doing it the best way we can, because there are always going to be those moments when the thread is going to get hung up, it's going to get lost, it's going to get tangled, it's going to get undone, and then we kind of work our way through all this to make it so it's going to brighten our ways in all that we do. I say, and cut a little place here where it's just going to end. Finally, we take it the rest of the way. I think we're going to start this time just going up to the back of the leg, up to where this other stitching is here. And so You know, it's always good to start out kind of trying to do these things a little at a time with the best demonstrations we have. I say there's been a lot to accomplish this week and all I've been able to do, and you know, things have been a little easier, slower at work lately, better paced for us all. We got all our workers back, we got all our help back, and finally just got it all the best way we could ever need it to be. And then this little work is taking its way up to us, and so we've got a little ways with this. We're coming up real strong and gentle, and oh, to the ways that we have our little reminders in life of how life can be good. And so with this little work we make our way, and so see, there's a lot of wisdom and understanding to learn about things. I learned so much about the internet. I kind of learned how to tell when there are scammers and stuff, because in my life, I tell you, over the past year I've dealt with a lot of scams online. I've had a lot of people scam money out of me where I thought I was paying little vendor fees. And so, you know, there's a lot to learn to recognize this year. I was always determined just to kind of get into shows and get promoted and get a name out there and get more business from people. And then it all came down to where, of course, the scams kind of did a lot. They kind of worked their way into me, and then kind of made it so, good thing or not, I had so many business expenses that didn't owe any income taxes to the government. Though I'd say it is going to come to a point where, as for how the year is going to end, how it's going to be in April, when it comes time to pay taxes, more than likely I will have some sales taxes to pay. So that's how that's going to go. We're working on the best things we can, trying to make it so we see a lot of good in life. And I tell y'all that these days, kind of got to be thankful you're not a celebrity, because I've always heard it said that celebrities kind of can't be happy because they can't live private lives. It's just a little thing we say and do in life, and so we kind of got the work to come up about us and then see how it's all gonna come out in the end. Well, and I say we gonna make another little stitch here, go right through it. And one thing I'll probably demonstrate next time around is what we're going to need to do with a pair of fabric scissors. These little places where we have the flaps in the ears, we're going to have to cut those off. Might be able to do it with a pair of regular scissors, but it all just depends on how neat you can be, how easy you can make it. Somehow or another, I guess this denim is so old that it's easy to do it with. Like, I just took a regular pair of scissors and just did it. There's going to come a video where I'm going to demonstrate how it is turned out so that it can be stuffed. There's going to come a time to show that. It'll probably be in the next one I make in the series. So I want to say again that I appreciate the fact that you all come on here and watch, that you see my videos, that you keep up with them, that you keep up with my projects. I'd be happy for you all to follow my Facebook page and see a lot of what I put on there. It's at Jonathan's Nature Crafts in your search engine. And I'll come to say that there's going to be a little more to demonstrate the further that we go, and there's going to be a lot of infinity to take just to go further and further and further. So we're going to kind of try to put a little time and effort into what we do, and finally it is going to be the greatest project, not the greatest you've ever seen, but I mean, probably not even the greatest I've done. I just kind of got a little tongue twisted there, but the way that it's going to come along, you're going to see more, and more you're going to learn. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.